In previous episodes, we covered the cost and choices for retaining walls. Today, the real construction standards. In Toronto, what must be done and what isn't necessary. But first, a common misconception. Many online videos say the foundation must be dug to the frost line of 1.2 meters. That's not entirely true. The real answer, how deep the foundation goes, depends on the wall's height. Retaining walls fall into three types by height, each with different standards. The first type is low decorative walls, 30-45 cm, 1-2 bricks high. These barely retain soil, there for flower bed edges, bench edges, light landscaping. For the foundation, you only need 15-20 cm of gravel base, compacted and leveled, then lay the bricks on top. No need to dig down to the frost line. These walls barely bear any soil pressure. Even if frost heave lifts them in winter, they will settle back in spring with little to no overall impact. This is the standard used for most residential garden beds and planter walls. The second medium height, 45-90 cm, with 2-4 layers of bricks, begins to bear earth pressure. It is suitable for small steps, mild elevation changes, and common garden zoning. The foundation should be dug 30-45 cm deep, with a 15 cm crushed stone base layer compacted. Strict projects may add a layer of concrete. There is no need to dig down to 1.2 meters, but skipping the foundation entirely is not acceptable. This height range is the most prone to errors. Cutting corners will cause problems. In the market, the construction methods for this height vary the most, making it the range where cheap contractors are most likely to cut corners. The third type, load-bearing high walls, above 90 centimeters with 5 or more layers of bricks. These are true retaining walls, bearing actual earth pressure, used for reshaping yard terrain or located near house structures. The foundation must be excavated to below the frost line, at least 1.2 meters deep. A compliant concrete foundation must be constructed, along with a complete drainage system and an inward tilt angle. No corner cutting is allowed at this stage, and there is no room for negotiation. Attach a simple judgment table below 30 centimeters, crushed stone base only, 30-60 cm, crushed stone base plus compaction, 60-90 cm, 30-45 cm foundation plus concrete base, 90-150 cm, must be excavated below the frost line at least 1.2 meter deep, above 150 centimeters, must have engineer approval. After talking about the foundation, let's cover the other two must-haves for load-bearing high walls. First, a complete drainage system. This is critical for load-bearing walls. Low decorative walls don't have much soil behind them, so drainage isn't a big issue. But a load-bearing wall holds back a large amount of soil. Water in the soil adds pressure. 1 cubic meter of water weighs 1 ton. For a 20-meter-long retaining wall, the trapped water can create several to over 10 tons of pressure. Without proper drainage, that pressure will slowly push the wall outward, bit by bit. The three parts of a complete drainage system. 1. Gravel drainage layer. Lay inch clean gravel behind the wall. 2. Filter fabric. Separate the gravel from the native soil to prevent soil from clogging the gaps in the gravel. 3. Perforated drain pipe. Lay a 4-inch drain pipe at the base of the wall to direct water to the lower area of the yard. The second thing, an inward tilt angle of 112. For every meter of height, the top of the wall is set back 8 centimeters from the bottom. It looks almost vertical, but has a subtle angle. This is trading a little angle adjustment today for decades of stability. There are two other often overlooked situations where even if the wall is not tall, it should be built to load-bearing wall standards. First, for example, if the yard has a 60 centimeters elevation difference but there is a large area of soil behind the wall, the earth pressure will be much greater than you might think. Second, near a house foundation, any retaining wall within 1.5 meters of the house, even if it's only 2 or 3 courses high, must have a deeper foundation to avoid affecting the house's foundation. So to sum up, not every retaining wall needs to be dug down to 1.2 meters, but any wall that truly functions as a retaining wall must get these three things right: the right foundation depth, a complete drainage system, and a 112 inward tilt angle. If you get these three things right, the wall will last 15 to 20 years without trouble. If you cut corners, Toronto winters will show you the price in the most direct way. There's no room for luck here. I'm Jason from Jinting Gardening, your outdoor maintenance expert in Ontario. See you next time.